Alright, so we've primed our miniature black and we're going to do a silver undercoat. We're going to use dark aluminum. It is a very good metal color from Vallejo, and we're going to do everything on the model except the hair and the tabard if we can. Pretty much everything that's going to be colored except that those two are going to be dark silver and then light silver. Then we're right on to Vallejo white aluminum, which is just a much brighter silver than the one we previously used. Now this time we're going to focus on the tops of the model, any places that we want to look a little brighter down the road, and we're going to use this kind of haphazardly. We're not going to particularly be trying too hard to get specific spots or not get specific spots, just have a little fun with it. Now we're going to switch over to Shyish Purple, and we're going to focus this on all the under armor parts that we can see, so things in between the knees, in between the chest plate, in between the elbows. Having a very dark purple will help bring us together towards the end and works better than a straight black. Now we're on to our megastar for the show, the purple contrast. With this, we're going to carefully paint the armor panels and do our best not to get the trim. Inevitably, you will get a little bit of trim in there, and we will clean it up later, so don't worry too much about it. But do your best to only get the armor panels. Do one at a time, and be careful and take your time, and it's easier than you would think it is. Now we move on to the gold. For this particular color scheme, unlike the Heresy era, I'm going to try to limit the amount of gold I actually use. We're going to use it for the emblems that have the Emperor's Children icon, and a few of the tabard Slanesh icons, and a little bit here and there for certain armor pieces. With this particular color scheme, too much gold really does throw it off, so be sparing. Because this is my sergeant, he has color elements of various units throughout this particular squad, so I'm going to use Voluptuous Pink as his base coat for the flame decal on his shin armor. Anytime I've run into the flames specifically on these models, I've done this pink, was starting with Voluptuous Pink to give me a base. Next, we lay our first coat of teal down on the tabard cloth. Now we're going to take a slightly thicker paint, chrome, and we're going to use it to touch up all the silver that might have gotten messed up to this point and brighten anything that needs to be. We're going to start with a dry brush. This is going to pick up a ton of those little spots that got messed up, but it's also going to put some sheen back into that purple so it's shiny. Now we're going to take a regular paintbrush and we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to do the spots that need a little bit brighter and a little bit more attention than they got with the dry brush. Now we're going to take half light blue, half turquoise, and we're just going to edge highlight our cloth. Now we're going to take Druchii Violet, a purple wash, and we're going to use it to create a little bit more distinction anywhere that's really bright silver from the dry brush that's next to a pure silver. So we're going to aim here for any of the spaces in between where silver from the trim meets the purple from the armor. We're also going to use this to enrich the purple anywhere that we feel like it needs to be a little bit darker. Now we're going to put a layer or two of bright pink on top of the voluptuous pink so that it stands out nice and bright and matches the other flame icons that are throughout the squad. We're also going to put bright pink on the coils to the plasma pistol. Riken Flesh Shade for all of the gold parts. Now we're back to our Luxodon Purple. Now this purple is much darker than the Druchii Violet, so we must be careful. Well, not darker, but more saturated in colors. So we're going to do a little bit of this here and there to get the purple back anywhere that we lost it from the dry brushing and make sure that there's nice even coats of it. We're also going to use this to further darken any areas where two bright pieces meet. This is going to give us a chance to make sure that the contrast paint we did earlier has a nice smooth color all throughout. Try to keep some of that bright silver that made it as a highlight on sharp edges wherever you can. But if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Just wipe it off with your finger and then touch it up if you have to. Next, we're going to take the Jericho orange, or really any mustardy orange, and we're going to put a base coat down on his hair. This is a unique color and attribute to this sergeant to help him stand out. A touch of Gorgon Hide just over the tops of the plasmic oils. Then a layer of transparent orange over top of the hair, and we're back to Luxodon Purple just to do some further touch-ups and cleanups. And here's the whole squad put together with the sergeant leading it. I hope you've enjoyed. This will be an eBay item. We are going to put these Tormentors of Slaanesh up. The box set officially from GW has not released yet, so this would be a good chance in case you want some truly unique Noise Marine, or not Noise Marines, but Tormentors prior to their normal release. Hopefully we'll see you over there. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications.